Okay, dear students, the next concept is differences between lyophilic colloids and lyophobic colloids. So I have given 4 columns. In the first column, serial number. Second column, properties of these lyophilic and lyophobic colloids or colloidal solutions. Next, lyophilic colloids and lyophobic colloids. Okay, let us consider the first one, that nature. The property nature of lyophilic colloids are, these are solvent loving colloids. Whatever the lyophilic colloids are there, these are lyophilic colloids or solvent loving colloids. Lyophobic colloids are solvent hating colloids. So as I told you that in that name, lyophilic, lyo means solvent, philic means loving species. So that means what? These are the colloidal solutions in which dispersed phase, it is having greater affinity with the dispersion medium. So for that, these are solvent loving species. But if you consider lyophobic means what? These are solvent hating, means lyo means solvent, phobic means what? Hating or repelling chemical substances. So the nature is, lyophilic colloids are solvent loving colloids, lyophobic colloids are solvent hating colloids. Let us take affinity. So as I told you that in the definition of lyophilic colloids having dispersed phase, and that dispersed phase having greater affinity for the dispersion medium. So because of that, directly we can prepare by the addition of dispersed phase to the dispersion medium. But lyophobic colloids in this dispersed phase has no affinity for the dispersion medium. So there is no any affinity between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So because of that only, lyophobic colloids, which we will not prepare that by the direct addition of a dispersed phase to the dispersion medium. So the affinity is, there is a greater affinity in case of lyophilic colloids, and there is no affinity in case of lyophobic colloids. Come to the next property, that reversibility. So as I told you that reversible means what? If you consider a starch solution or starch in water, colloidal solution. In case of that, if you are going to evaporate that starch in water colloidal solution, water it will goes to the evaporation state, then the starch which we will get as it is. That means what? It is reversible. So because of that, lyophilic colloids are reversible in nature, but lyophobic colloids are irreversible in nature. These are not so reversible in nature. So this is very important one. Come to the stability. So because of there is a greater affinity between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium in case of lyophilic colloids, these are stable, and these are more stable. Which are more stable? Lyophilic colloids are more stable. But there is no greater affinity between a dispersed phase and a dispersion medium. Lyophobic colloids, these are less stable in nature because of there is no any affinity between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So because of that, there is no affinity. So because of that, these are less stable. Come to the next one, property, that coagulation or action of electrolyte. So lyophilic colloids, these are not easily coagulated by the addition of electrolyte. Because of these are highly stable, there is no any need of coagulating agent or electrolyte to undergo coagulation. Moreover, this will not easily undergo coagulation by the addition of electrolyte. But lyophobic colloids, these lyophobic colloids which are easily undergoes coagulation by the addition of electrolyte. By the addition of electrolyte, this will undergoes coagulation. So that Lyophilic colloids will not undergo coagulation by the addition of electrolyte, but lyophobic colloids will undergo coagulation by the addition of electrolyte. Come to the next one, assay of formation. That means what? How can we prepare these? Is it easy or difficult? See, lyophilic colloids in which there is a greater affinity between dispersed phase and dispersion medium, as I told you, these are formed by the direct mixing of dispersed phase in a dispersion medium. So that means these are easily formed by direct mixing. But if you consider lyophobic colloids, there is no greater affinity between a dispersed phase and a dispersion medium. These are prepared by the specific methods of preparation of colloidal solution. Come to the next one, stabilizing agents. Because of these are already stable chemical substance, these do not need stabilizing agents for their preservation. To preserve the colloidal solution, especially lyophilic colloids, these are highly stable chemical substances. So because of that, there is no any extra care. There is no need of stabilizing agent for the preservation or to preserve or to keep it for the long time. So for that, there is no need of stabilizing agent. But if you consider lyophobic colloids, these lyophobic colloids are unstable. So because of that, to preserve it or to keep it for the long time, there is a need of stabilizing agent. It is important one. Come to the next one, charge on particles. That means the colloidal solution which carries, whether this carries charge or not. Okay, let us consider lyophilic colloids. These lyophilic colloids may or may not carry electric charge. Some of the lyophilic colloidal particles or colloidal solutions carries charge, but some other not. But lyophobic colloids, these do carry electric charge. That means what? It carries electric charge. Come to the next one, solvation. The lyophilic colloidal particles are highly solvated. But if you consider lyophobic colloidal particles are not appreciably solvated. My dears, these differences are very, very important for the point of your examination. You should remember this. Okay, come to the next concept, that classification based on the type of dispersed phase particles. So based on the colloids, based on this, colloids are broadly classified into three types. Those are multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and associated colloids. Okay, consider the first one, that multimolecular colloids. The colloids formed by the aggregation of large number of atoms or smaller molecules of the substance having diameter less than 1 nanometer when dispersed in a dispersion medium called multimolecular colloids. See, in case of this multimolecular colloids or multimolecular colloidal solutions, the dispersed phase particles having the diameter less than 1 nanometer and aggregation, collection, combination of many small atoms or small molecules, those as a dispersed phase or dispersed in a dispersion medium, then these are called as what? Multimolecular colloids. For example, gold sol. In case of this gold sol, it contains particles of various size. These on aggregation give gold sol. Another example, sulfur sol. See, in case of this sulfur, aggregation of sulfur atoms to form colloidal particles of acid molecule. So, in multimolecular colloidal particles are held together by weak van der Waals force of attraction. This point you should remember for the point of your competitive examinations. Come to the next one, that macromolecular colloids. The colloids formed when macromolecules, that means what? Molecules of large size are dispersed in a dispersion medium So these are called as what? Macromolecular colloids. For example, starch sol, protein sol, polythene sol. For example, if you consider starch sol, in case of this starch sol means what? Starch is dispersed in water. So here starch is a large molecule whose molecular mass it is too high because of it is a polymerization, or it is a polymer of amylase and amylopectin. These two are the common components which are present in case of this starch. Like that, protein also and polythene also. The macromolecules forming the dispersed phase are generally polymers of high molecular weight. Naturally occurring macromolecules are starch, cellulose, proteins, enzymes. The artificial macromolecules are polythene, polyvinyl chloride. Okay, the third colloids are associated colloids. These associated colloids are also called as what? Micelles. The substance which when dissolved in dispersion medium at low concentration behaves as a normal strong electrolyte, but at the higher concentration exhibit as colloidal behavior due to the formation of aggregation are called associative colloid. For example, soaps or synthetic detergents. See here, you should understand the concept first. So colloidal solution means what? Dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So here at the lower concentrations,